Hello there folks, welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash and of course I'm your host on this journey through men's style, self-development and personal grooming. And today, of course, you know what it is. It's another episode in my Am I a Chap series. Now this is all around gentlemen sending their images to me and allowing me to make some observations and some maybe suggestions into the great clothes that they're wearing and perhaps some tips and ideas which may take the look in a different direction. Now if you're looking for critique or negativity, this is not the place, all right? This is simply a series which revels in the positivity of being an intentionally well-dressed man. I'm not going to tear anybody's image down. This is all about enhancing a good look. And today I've got two gentlemen. I'm reducing the number of people I squeeze through in each episode because they're dragging out to be rather too long. So I thought if I just do two in each episode, we can really spend a bit more time looking at the outfits in question. And my first gentleman hero who has sent us his image is a gentleman called Tony. And all Tony tells us is, not exactly sure what you're after, but here are a couple of photos from his 52nd birthday, which was coincidentally his mother-in-law's 80th birthday. So a family celebration. A great time to see and a good time to dress up and wear your finery. And here Tony sent us a few little images, but this is probably the better here because it's an overall image from top to toe. And my initial impression is here is a smart, casual, well-dressed man who's very much appropriately attired for maybe what one might describe as an informal family occasion. But let's deconstruct the outfit and see what makes it work rather well. So here we know Tony's 52 and we look at Tony and he's got, pretty good stature. He looks like the sort of gentleman who dresses well regularly, which is always good. But let's start from the ground up. Let's look at where the rubber meets the road, the footwear. Such an important thing to get right, because if you're wearing the wrong shoes with an outfit, it kills the tone from the word go. And I am so pleased to see that Tony is a gentleman who appreciates quality shoes, because I can see that he is wearing a mid-brown dress shoe. Now from the image I have here, it's pretty much hard to tell exactly what he's wearing, but it appears to be, as you can see, a brown, either a cap toe or a semi-brogue dress shoe. Looks to be an Oxford lacing style. Classically elegant. You will not go far wrong. And that lovely mid-brown colour is perfect for the casual situation such as this. It's a very flexible shoe actually. You could equally wear that shoe if you imagine it with any colour of chino, maybe even a lighter coloured suit in either grey or a blue. So very practical shoe colour, but it definitely sets the tone. If you were wearing, say, a sneaker type shoe or something like that, it would lower the tone. In this example, we can see that Tony has used his shoes to raise the tone. It's a special occasion. It's a double birthday. So you're going to dress rather nicely. So the shoes hit the mark. They seem to be lovely and clean and well shined. They haven't got a mirror shine. I wouldn't expect it, because when you're dressed at this level, a mirror shine would be a little incongruous to the other clothing you're wearing. But in this case, what you've got there works rather well. Moving up the body though, we see a pair of jeans. A pair of jeans, sir, in a smart casual situation. I jest, right? So jeans are fine. I know the majority of the population love wearing denim jeans of some kind. Personally, I kind of stopped wearing jeans with any regularity when I hit about 50 years of age. And I'm 52, so I share the same age as Tony here. And for me, I just thought it was time to transition towards more grown-up clothes. Now, I'm still in shape, right? I'm still quite trim, so I can pull off a decent pair of jeans, but I prefer to wear chinos these days as my casual trouser of choice, because I just think they're more flexible, more versatile, available in a wider range of colours, and they work for me. However, Tony has gone for a pair of rather dark denim jeans, and they've got a little bit of a turn up at the bottom here. Now it strikes me as funny to look at, because it appears that these jeans would fit perfectly if that little cuff at the bottom of the jean wasn't in place. So if the the leg of the trouser was in its normal extent without a little turn up, it would be a rather good fit. So I can't quite understand why the turn up is there. However, what I would say is when you're wearing jeans turned up at the bottom like this, two things happen. Firstly, it draws the eye because that little flash of a lighter colour, the inner lining of the jean, draws the attention. Right? That contrasting colour draws the eye. And it makes me think they look a bit short with that turn up. And wearing jeans with what I would describe as strictly quite formal dress shoes, you know, a cap toe, an Oxford style shoe anyway, it's a little bit incongruous for me. They don't necessarily marry perfectly. You can do it, you have pulled it off here, Tony, but, you know, if it bore any greater scrutiny, I might say the shoe and the jeans are maybe not good enough friends to be seen out together. Just my opinion. For me, I would have opted for a dark coloured pair of chinos, maybe a navy chino or something like that. But it's all about personal style. I like your style. The darker the denim, the better it tends to suit people, in my personal opinion, certainly as we get older. So that works well. Moving up the body again, a nice brown belt. You've matched your leathers well. You're wearing a brown belt, brown leather belt, brown leather shoes. You've done it. That's all we can ask. Then you're wearing a nice jacket. Now, I can't quite tell what sort of jacket it is. Could be a linen jacket, a sort of plaid or a check pattern to it, notched lapels, 2 buttons, nice sleeve length, nice length in the body. It's a rather nice jacket. It looks like it would be entirely functional and utilitarian. You can wear it with any number of outfits. You can smarten it up. You could wear a white shirt and a tie with it if you wanted to dress it right up. Or if, as you have done here, you have opted for some sort of Henley or a polo shirt as the accompanying garment underneath. So I like the jacket. It's a very functional jacket. I own and wear one very similar, very often in the summertime myself. Very practical garment. The undershirt though, the shirt you're wearing rather than wearing a dress shirt, you're wearing, I can't quite tell, obviously it appears to be a polo shirt or a Henley. You know, it's much of a muchness. One has got a long sleeve, one has got a short. This indicates above everything else that you're wearing here, other than possibly the jeans, that this is a very casual outfit for you. Because for me, any shirt which has a non-structured, collar, like a Henley or a polo shirt, you know, they're all soft collars, it denies you the opportunity of wearing a tie, and it is very casual in nature. Now it's a grey in colour shirt, so it's a very catch-all colour. It marries nicely with everything else that you're wearing. I'm sounding as if I'm being negative here because I'm making suggestions what I would have worn. For me, I reserve Henleys and polo shirts for casual situations where I would otherwise wear a t-shirt. So for me, I'd never wear a t-shirt under a formal jacket. So really, I wouldn't wear a Henley or a polo shirt under a formal jacket, because for me, it doesn't strike the balance. It's too much of a contrast. The jacket is quite a smart jacket, and you're wearing under it a shirt which one might consider to be quite casual. And for me, they don't necessarily strike the right chime together. But it goes very well with the jeans you're wearing. Again, it's slipping down into that lovely casual world. Now, the only issue I find with wearing polo shirts and Henleys is that they're not particularly flattering on every gentleman. Now, yourself, Tony, you know, it suits you fine, no problem at all. I'm not referring to you. But the polo shirt can be an unflattering garment because it's an athletic garment, all right? It's designed to be worn by people who play polo. So it does hug the body rather. Consequently, it hugs the contours. So if you've got any protrusions around the waist area sticking out, it's going to pick that up and it's going to highlight it. Whereas a dress shirt obviously has the placket running down the front where the buttons come together, all right, that little hem, so to speak. It breaks up the eye, breaks up the flow of the shirt. It makes it a bit more flattering for a gentleman who seeks to wear flattering clothing. So it works all right for you here. It's a casual, informal, family dinner, perhaps to celebrate a double birthday. But if I was going out to anything a bit more formal, I would swap that out for a lovely blue, light blue dress shirt. Open at the collar, no need to wear a tie. That for me would have been the crown on top of this outfit. So that's my thoughts. Very casual, very smart, overall nicely done. The only accessory I can see you wearing there is a pocket square, and it appears to have slipped down somewhat in the pocket, so we can only just see the little peaks of the pocket square. A little tip for you, and I'm doing it here today: get yourself a pocket square holder. You can put your pocket square through the pocket square holder. It holds the pocket square perfectly in position in the pocket. It won't slip down, it'll always stay in place. They're made of plastic, they cost virtually nothing. You can even make them at home out of a bit of cardboard, but really does help with the pocket square placement. Tony, I think you are absolutely a chap. I love it, it works well. Perfect for an informal family gathering to celebrate a birthday. Thank you, sir. Okay, now my next gentleman is somebody who regularly contributes to the comment section, and his name is Raoul. And he has thoughtfully sent me 3 images today, which are very good. I want to go through these, so I'm going to have to pick up the pace to get through these, otherwise we'll be here forever. But they're excellent images. And my initial impression, just to forewarn you, Raoul is a gentleman who is clearly vintage inspired in his take in the style world, and he is unafraid to demonstrate to the world and to display his unique take on men's fashion and style. Nothing unusual, nothing weird, but very much maybe vintage for sure. So let's look at the first image, and I think you agree this first one is actually rather conservative, and it is earth tone colour. You know, this would look quite smart, maybe as I am today in the woods or in a nature environment, because the tones of the outfit very much are in tune with the natural world. So start from the ground up. Now Raoul actually sent me a very in-depth list of his items of clothing that he's wearing, but I'm not going to refer to that. I'm going to go with the number 1 eyeball. All right, this is exactly what I see. This is my take on it. And here we can see this first image on Raoul's feet. His shoes, they're dark brown derbies. I believe they're blue laces. And the thing that strikes me with these, they're obviously a classic dress shoe. I can't see much of a shine on there, but you know, it is a classic shoe and goes very well with the outfit. Moving up the body, what we see are fawn or sort of light brown beige chino trousers. Again, very, very practical. A type of trouser which I often defer to in my clothing style as well. No observations about that. Yeah, no need to worry about putting a crease down the front of chinos. It's easier if it's a casual trouser that you're wearing in day-to-day applications. The chino is my go-to trousers. And you've got a good length, good break, works with the shoes, no observations there. Moving up the body, the jacket. For me, star of the show this. The jacket is clearly very smart. It appears to be a tweed notch lapel jacket, 2 buttons it appears to be, and yeah, good length, good solid tweed jacket. What can you say about that? It was good enough for 007 in the film Goldfinger. We saw Connery sporting a jacket which was a very similar pattern and style. What more can you say? Really works, and in cooler climates, tweed, I think, is the ideal accompaniment for a man in his ordinary activities. As we're looking at the jacket, briefly make an observation. Pocket square, 2 peak folds in white. Can't go wrong with it. Perfect look. Looking below the jacket, shirt, white shirt. And usually you've splayed the collar over the collar of the tweed jacket. I personally wouldn't wear my shirt collar like that, but vintage inspired, works well for you. You know, just everybody's personal styling. I like to wear the blades of my collar tucked in, and I often use a magnetic process to keep them in place rather than have them flapping around, but looks good. Again, underneath that blazer, absolutely in keeping with the overall outfit, we can see a patterned, a checked, lighter brown or fawn coloured waistcoat. And I can just see that it's a waistcoat with a lapel. Very practical. I like to have waistcoats with their own lapels because really you can wear them as a separate garment, should you wish to do so. If you need to take the jacket off, the lapelled waistcoat becomes a garment within itself, an outer garment which is entirely acceptable. And that white shirt underneath, well, who can ever argue with a white shirt? It's the blank canvas for everything else that you're wearing. But along with that, we can see vintage inspired. You're wearing a cravat or an ascot, depending on where you live, what you call it. Very much sets you apart from the crowd, because so few people these days will wear a cravat or an ascot, and I think they really do draw the eye and bring colour, texture and pattern to any outfit. So before I tend to go without a tie, right, if it's a situation that I'm not going to wear a tie, I think to myself, can I get away with a cravat? If I can, I'll go for it, as you have today. It works a treat. And of course, topping off, on top of your head, it appears to be, and I think you did tell me what this was here, it's a fedora, of course. It is a fedora which looks exceptionally in keeping with the other items in your clothing. So that is a great outfit for day-to-day wearing in the outdoors. But let us move along, because you have sent me some other things. And here's one which you refer to as spiffy. Now this spiffy image, you knocked that one on the head. It is a bit spiffy. Of course, spiffy meaning stylish and sartorial. And this is a step above, all right? So now we are entering the world, definitely, of the vintage inspired classical gentleman. So let's start from the top down, just to be a bit different. The bowler hat, a grey bowler hat with a black band and piping around the edge. I love bowler hats. I own one myself. I'm saddened by the fact that they're not worn by gentlemen in the modern era, but in this outfit, which one might describe as a classic stroller outfit, you have nailed it. I love the bowler and you wear it well. So appropriate for that styled moustache and the well-trimmed beard. But then we move down and it really, you understand why the bowler is so appropriate. So let's look at the upper body. You are wearing a classic black single-breasted jacket. It's worn quite long in the stroller style. I think, I can't quite see, is it 2 or 3 buttons? The light is on my screen. Either way, classic black jacket. Now, black is a colour which we don't tend to see worn by many gentlemen, because you tend to reserve it for situations like funerals, or weddings perhaps, or if you're going to the races for the day, you might wear a black jacket there, you know, with a director's coat, you know, in the morning dress style. But this outfit you're wearing here, it's what we used to refer to as a stroller outfit. So it's sort of lesser version of morning dress. And the black jacket works appropriately. You're not going to be mistaken for a waiter, I don't think, here, but it's a good classic look. And looking at the accessories you're sporting here, pocket square, white, perfect contrast with the black. Very obvious, very notable on the eye. Then we see a boutonniere, and I think you did tell me that it is a leather boutonniere. Looks rather splendid, as you say, spiffy indeed, as you've titled this image, and it goes well with the overall outfit, because you're wearing a white shirt, as again, classic blank canvas, but with that white shirt, you've gone a step from the normal with your neckwear again, not a cravat this time. Well, or is it? You know, this is what one might describe as a dress cravat, a formal cravat, whereas the cravat worn against the skin under the collar of one's shirt is often referred to as an informal cravat. But in this case, you're wearing a cravat as, in effect, a necktie. It is an ecru colour or a creamy colour. Goes beautifully with that boutonniere that you're wearing. They match the colour, and I just think it works just really nicely, to be honest. I really do. That shirt, we can see it's a classic style. We can see it's a double cuff, French cuff, because we can see it protruding from your your left sleeve, and you have the cufflinks as an accessory there as well. So a little opportunity to dress up the outfit. I like it. It's good. Classic style, vintage. Looking down the body as we go, we can see that you're wearing a classic, how would we describe those? I've got 2 pairs of these myself. They're sort of just striped formal trousers, often seen in morning dress or formal day dress, or on this occasion with your stroller outfit, often worn by butlers, doormen, people who wear livery for their profession as well, striking that formal balance. And this is a very formal outfit. You know, you could easily wear this to a wedding or some such as well. So that goes rather nicely. And I just noticed, actually, poking out from under your jacket, we can see that you are wearing a waistcoat as well, but the jacket is buttoned so we can't really see it, so I'm not going to make any observations on that. Moving down the body, where the rubber meets the road, as I always say, and we've got a pair of black cap toe Oxfords, but you've got a bit of a contrasting colour on the shoelaces. Brings a flash of interest to it, doesn't it? Really draws the eye. And for the ultimate gent, you're carrying a walking cane. And I think you told me actually that it's got a silver head to it. So yes, indeed, the classic stroller outfit for a gentleman from a bygone era. Perfect if you're walking down the street and a blue police box materialises and somebody referring to themselves as the doctor pokes their head out and asks you to go on a journey with them. If they're going back to the 1940s, 1950s, 1930s, you will be well camouflaged to fit in with the people you will encounter if it happens to be in the United Kingdom during that period. Okay, finally, last image from Raoul, and this is a nice one, very appropriate for the summer months where I am today. This is a summer outfit, and well, again, those vintage inspired looks really are showing their true colours here. Let's start from the ground up this time. Starting on the feet, I think what we have there is a double monk strap, a brown shoe, I think it's a cap toe, a classic burnished look to the toe for sure, so the coloration has been variated to the tip of the shoe, which makes the shoe more interesting on the eye. It's a classic summer shoe. The double monk strap is not a shoe I personally have ever fallen in love with. I don't like monk straps. I tend to prefer shoes with laces. Personal preference. I know many men find them very stylish, and you rock the look today for sure. Moving up the body, going with that brown monk strap is a pair of cream or ecru coloured summer slacks. I can see you've got a crease running down the middle, so you've looked after them. A little bit of a crease at the point where you folded them over a coat hanger, so be aware of that. Get yourself a pair of trouser hangers so the trouser hangs fully down, so avoids the issues of creasing. But those trousers, great. And if you're going to a cricket match, you're going to fit in perfectly. Moving up the body, and this is, again, star of the show for me, is the jacket. And what we see here is a double-breasted, notch lapel, navy blue blazer. And it is a very classically elegant look. I love a navy blazer, as you will know. This one is a slightly more royal blue than a navy blue. Or perhaps it could be just the glare of the sun upon the material. But I think it looks rather spiffy indeed. And let's look at those contrasting coloured buttons. They really draw the eye, and they reduce the formality of that jacket. So yes, if it was maybe brass buttons or anodized gold or something like that, it would work equally as well. But I think the sort of white or lighter coloured plastic or horn buttons you've got there, working well. Left the bottom button undone in the classic protocol style. You know what you're doing. I know that rule, and it looks superb. Looking at the accessories, again, pocket square with some piping around the edge. Perfect, classic, looking good. Protruding just the right amount from the pocket. Not so much as to appear eccentric, but very nice. And again, you've gone for the boutonniere. A lovely, colourful boutonniere in the shape of a flower, and it is rather attractive. Again, draws the eye. I firmly believe, I'm not doing it today, now I say this, but I always believe in trying to put some sort of adornment on a lapel. It's such a lovely space that you can use to demonstrate some of your character. And Raoul has done so with that lovely boutonniere, which has brought some colour and some texture to the clothing too. Again, I'm not sure what sort of shirt you got there, white shirt, and you're wearing, again, a cravat, which has got some nice greeny blue colour, which again goes with the boutonniere. You have married it up, and I think it also goes with the piping around your pocket square. Continuity in an outfit always looks good. How could we not mention, though, that boater hat, straw boater that you're wearing with the nice coloured band, classic. You would not look out of place if you were in the Henry Royal Regatta or any of the lovely horse racing events which we have here in the UK or other such countries where gentlemen dress up in their finest to go to such an event. I mean, for me, you know, that jacket is lovely. The cravat, doesn't the cravat look so good? Where a tie would make this outfit look too formal, the cravat is just that middle ground. It shows that you're a gentleman of style and panache, but you're not afraid to take off the tie and dress casually. And again, another walking cane, this time in a lighter wooden material, which goes so well with the shoes. You know, you've got a nice, that brown continuity going with the shoes and the cane with a probably a brass handle on that one, and it looks so good. Of the three outfits, this one is my favourite, Raoul, because it is the one which I think I could throw on and happily wear out and about. I have no negative observations to make about anything or anything that I would suggest that you did better. This works rather well. Thank you for sending your image in. You are certainly a chap, sir. Now, to all of our two gentlemen who sent the images in today, thanks again for being brave enough to bare your outfits for the world to see and to get my unrelenting observation on it. The both of you have done rather well in your own worlds. Tony, quite casual, and Raoul, well, he's covered all the bases here. Clearly a gentleman who cuts a dash when he walks down the street. Nobody's going to be turning away from you, sir. They're going to turn towards you to see who is this well-dressed, intentionally well-dressed man walking down the Straza. So, there we go. Thanks again for the images. If you would like to send your images to me, or even a question of any kind on men's sartorial style, feel free to drop me an email. You can find my email in the About section of the YouTube page, or just put it in the comment section. I read all of the comments and I will respond to those which I can. And it remains for me to say, if you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, click the red button. If you'd like to practically support the channel, you can just buy me a coffee. And the link to the Buy Me a Coffee page are in the show notes below. So until the next time, take care of yourselves and do your best to emulate the stars of my show today, Tony and Raoul, who are absolutely chaps. See you soon.